Good morning, everyone. Whew, okay. So I know it's really painful when someone is deliberately ignoring you or has written you off or has placed you in a box according to what you might have done, where you might have faltered, where you might have slipped up in the past. But you didn't just slip up for no reason, okay? Relationships cut both ways. Maybe they provoked you for many months and you didn't say anything and you eventually popped. Nothing happens without rhyme or reason. You're not that crazy. You're not that unstable. And I know it can be really painful when someone places you in a box based on a now moment. Ooh, this is good. Based on a now moment that you couldn't master. So maybe you exploded, maybe you got mad, maybe you were in pain and you held it in for months and you eventually popped. You didn't master that now moment, but you're human. We're all human. We make mistakes. And sometimes we will master a now moment, but we shouldn't be defined on whether or not we mastered a now moment or not. And if that person has decided to hang their hat on who you were that day and place you in a category, meaning they've made up their mind about who they think you are, then you need to ask yourself why you're still holding on to them. Because if I have a friend named Melissa and I'm meeting up for coffee with her today, it wouldn't be fair to Melissa if I walked into that coffee seeing her as the same Melissa as last week, because she's evolved since last week. She evolved on that Monday, on that Tuesday, on that Wednesday, on that Thursday. She's not the same Melissa. It wouldn't be fair to her, and it wouldn't be fair to myself, because then I'd be missing out on all the good juice, on all the magic that the universe wants to reveal to me about new insights or new feelings if I just sink into that moment and don't try to control it or don't try to project onto Melissa who I think she is. In other words, I'm not seeing her through those blue tinted goggles. I'm seeing her as a now moment Melissa. She's evolved since last week. We need to give each other a chance to redeem ourselves. We need to give each other a chance to grow. That's a conscious relationship. You're serving the relationship. Ooh, through this union, we get to grow together. And I want you to know that you're a good person. I know that you would have taken a bullet for that person. I've been in that same situation for the last year and a half. It's been very, very painful. Very painful. When you love someone so deep that you would do anything for them. Even if they hated you, you would do anything for them. Just like a mother loves her child, the child can kill someone and she'll still stand by her child. But the shadow that's floating up to the surface right now has to do with how you're not letting go. I have a newsflash for you. That person isn't trying to get you. That person has decided that you're this, that you're XYZ. They're not trying to get on the same page with you. Have you noticed that? The more that you try, the worse it gets. That's because when you speak, if the color orange is coming out of your mouth, they're already twisting it into blue. They're not hearing you. They're not trying to hear you. That's because they're unconscious. It's nothing personal, it's just vibrational. That's my quote. There's consciousness and there's unconsciousness. Consciousness is being an effective communicator. It's being open, vulnerable. Hey, I did this. I'm sorry. I see it now. Ooh, and I learned this and I learned that. Boom, and I'm ready. That's consciousness. You work bugs out together as a team. You hang your issue on a coat hanger and you say, we are not this issue. It was a now moment that I couldn't master. Let's talk about it without fighting. That's consciousness. It's a willingness to bring resolution to things. Unconsciousness is being disconnected from the soul. When you're connected to your soul, everything is one. When your heart is open, division ceases to exist. There's no division anymore. Everyone's a soul. We're learning together as humans, as spirits who have forgotten who they are when they're encased in this human form. So you're either conscious, wanting to work it out, or you're unconscious. And when you're unconscious and you shun people or you reject people or you ghost people, or you're not honest with them enough to say, hey, like what you did was out of line And right now, I'm not in a position to speak with you, but I love you. That's conscious. At least it's them being honest with you. If people aren't doing that, they're still unconscious. So it feeds their ego. I don't care if you call it a boundary. I don't care what you call it. It's still feeding their ego. When your heart is open, you're not stuck in a story anymore. When your heart is open, everything is redeemable. Infidelity might be a tricky one, though. But for the most part, everything is redeemable, everything is reversible. You cannot change the past. If you made a mistake, if you slipped up, if you got too loud because you were frustrated because you weren't being heard, you cannot change the past. You cannot edit the story. You cannot rewrite that story. What you can do is learn from the past, apologize, and apply it to the future. But this person isn't trying to get on your page. You're not that important to them. And we can't point a finger. They have a free will to do what they please. They have a free will to do what it is that they please. But why is it that you're still feeling so unsteady? Why is it that you're feeling so unstable? It's because you're still trying to control it. You're like, see me, see me, see me. You're not seeing me. I really am a good person. I really would do anything for you. And they're not seeing you because they're stuck in that story. But you know what else? You're not seeing you. And I get it. It's really hard to do. But the universe is redirecting you, my friends. It wants to show you what else is possible. You're being rejected by this person because rejection is redirection. There are other humans who think like you, who operate like you, who are waiting for you on the other side of that bridge. But you'll never get there if you don't keep moving forward. If you don't stop looking backward. You're clamping down on an idea that right now isn't going to happen. It's unachievable. Because relationships cut both ways. It takes two to tango. Two. And if this other person isn't willing to meet you there, then what are you doing? You're picking at a scab of abandonment. You're feeding your wound of abandonment. You're wreaking desperation by seeking approval. You are seen. I see you. You're a good person. Speaking to myself as well. I know I'm a good person. You're a good person. You don't deserve that treatment. You deserve people who see you, who want to consciously work things out and bring resolution to things. I promise you, my friends, that when your heart is open, you don't shy away from anything anymore. You don't walk away from anyone anymore. You look at them and you're honest. Conscious relationships are vulnerable. They're transparent. They're open. Stop holding on to these people who aren't serving you or supporting you or acknowledging you. I know that it's hurtful, but you get through this. You're being notified right now by the universe that you need to let it go. That you can't rewrite that story because there's nothing to rewrite. You simply couldn't master a now moment. And then you got shoved in a box because of it. It's time for you to be adequately loved. It's time for you to know that someone will hold you in their embrace. Just like the mom who holds her son in her embrace. We've got to stop playing small. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. But I promise you, if you look back, that person that you're clinging on to has probably never apologized to you. Why are you the only one apologizing? Why? Why is it always you? So again, the uncomfortableness that you're feeling, the rockiness, that turbulence that you've been going through emotionally is the universe's way of alerting you that you've gone off path. It's like Siri on your Google Maps saying, rerouting, rerouting, rerouting. You're being rerouted. Stop driving in the wrong direction. That person doesn't want to get you. They're not ready to get you. Their soul would, but they're probably not connected to the soul yet. That's okay. They're still playing in the game of the ego feeling powerful. Ooh. But remember, unconsciousness doesn't chase, so stop chasing. Unconsciousness doesn't wreak desperation. Stop wreaking desperation. Unconsciousness doesn't seek approval. Unconsciousness knows, consciousness doesn't chase. Consciousness doesn't seek approval. So I take that back. Consciousness knows that it's love. Consciousness knows that it's love. If you're unconscious, you're always going to chase. You're always going to want that stamp of approval. But I really do love you, but I really do love you, but I really do love you. Of course you do. No one's doubting that. No one's contesting that. The universe isn't even contesting that. The universe knows that you are love. The universe knows that you would do anything for that person. But they don't know it. They don't want to see it. Let them go. Discover what else is possible. Open up to new possibilities. There are people waiting to have enriching, enlivening relationships with you, profound relationships with you. You owe it to yourself to find out. You owe it to yourself to find out. I love you.